Welcome back, campers. It's your tour director, Dr. David Williams, here for the week 7 Pack Back Power Board Power Hour for Business Ethics, BUSA 3070. Week 7. You know how it works. We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we may have a couple of people that played for pride. And we'll go in reverse order this week. Number 5, Lindsay.
Emily Sprayberry.
Emily Sprayberry. Emily Sprayberry. I'm going to put a little Joanne JH down here because she also glommed onto that post. She's talking about the ethicality of COVID-19 vaccinations. You know, the Williams rule, don't let your good time get in the way of somebody else's good time. However, when they do develop a vaccine for COVID-19, if you've ever watched the movie Contagion, and you should, you know, when they finally have a vaccine, then they have to come up with an idea how to distribute it. Because you have to make millions and millions and millions of doses. You have to have a system. That requires leadership. And it has to be a fair process, thus requiring an ethical leader, showing people how that's going to happen. So that does revolve around, that does apply to Chapter 11, which is ethical leadership. And that was a good post. Before I continue on with number 4, Lindsay, and move on up, I'd like to introduce my able assistants, Lindsay Williams. Say hello, Lindsay.
Hey, guys.
And of course, Leo. Voted best rescue dog in Georgia 10 years in a row by me. And he's disinterested. But you're
Leo.
a good boy. You're a good boy.
He's
yes,
a
you
good
are.
boy.
Let me pat you on the head. Okay, you're good. All right, number 4,
Antonio Ponce.
Antonio Ponce. My writing continues to be terrible. Way to go, Antonio. Number 3,
Savannah Brock.
Savannah Brock. Sav Brock. She had a great question about legal counsel, loosely applied to ethical leadership, but if you're a defense attorney and your client says guilty of murder and they confess to you, what do you do about it? Well, Savannah, everybody in the United States is considered innocent until proven guilty by a court or they confess to a court. Confessing to their attorney doesn't count. And at that instance, by the way, just because I've had some legal wranglings, nothing about murder, and I've never confessed to it because I didn't do it. But business stuff. The attorney has 2 options. They can just withdraw from the case without saying anything, or they continue on, representing the client, but you make sure that your client doesn't lie on the stand, because that's suborning perjury, and that's a problem. I give you a quick story. A priest of mine in Marietta years ago had a friend who was accepting confession, and a guy came in to give confession, and he was obviously very bothered about something, so the priest just got a bad feeling about it and said, look, I just want to tell you, anything you tell me in here is protected. Just between you and me. I'm not going to tell anybody else. However, if you're going to tell me you murdered somebody or abused a child or something heinous like that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to contact the bishop, resign, and then turn you into the police. And I will never be able to be a priest anymore. And the guy got up and walked out of his office. So who knows what he was about to confess to. But anyway, same kind of situation. Very good, Savannah. Number 2,
Cynthia Evans.
Cynthia Evans, who sent me an email that caused me to create an announcement on D2L for everybody, which I'll touch on in just a minute. Number 1,
Whitney Hedden.
Whitney Hedden.
Hedden.
Oh, I know. Hers was about ethical leaders, and I call it empowering frontline employees. And, should an ethical leader, should they make decisions that are in the best long-term interest of the company, or Well, if the company says, I don't care what you do, we're just interested in making the dollars today. We don't care if that person ever comes back. Great example, we're in a seafood shop last week. Guy came in, and the woman said, he said, I don't see my hush puppies. The woman said, oh, we're out of hush puppies. Do you want fries in your to-go order? He said, well, no, I want hush puppies. So she said, okay, we don't have any hush puppies. She said, how about some of this other side dish? And he said, well, I guess so, but I really wanted hush puppies. So she goes back to the kitchen window and she says what she wanted. And apparently the owner of the restaurant said, well, you can't swap that out for hush puppies. That's more expensive, where everybody can hear it. And she says, yeah, I understand it, but it's, in this instance, he wants hush puppies. He doesn't want anything else. And the owner was being too loud and too jerkish about it. She finally gave up the substitute and gave it to him. So the frontline employee was doing the right thing, I thought. You know, you lose 50 cents on this transaction, but you didn't please the guy 100%, but it'd be back. You know, why fight over 50 cents when the order's $50? The owner was being stupid, but maybe they had some other issues going on. But that was a good post, and I like that. Lindsay, did anybody almost make it, but not get in there?
Dakota Fox. Honorable mention.
Dakota Fox. I'm not going to say the thing I usually say about you, Dakota, this week about your name is like Rockford. Okay, I'm not going to say it. Okay. Well, anybody else? That's it?
That's it.
That's our one honorable mention.
Yep.
So, week 8, we move on, sustainability and those issues revolving ethics. Now, that'll be our last week. You'll notice that the grade book is being populated by grades. All of your grades have always been available on MindTap, all of those grades. Packback grades have not. So, started in the process last night of moving the MindTap grades into the D2L grade book as well as Packback grades. So, you can see where you are here now that we're coming in close to finishing the course. All right, so I'm sure you've already noticed it's been populating, and it will all be populating over the next day or two. All right, so with that said, let me see what's happening over here with the soundtrack for this week. Lindsay, who is our soundtrack for this week?
We have Electric Ladyland, the Jimi Hendrix Experience. It's a box set.
That's correct. The box set from the Electric Ladyland recording sessions. Leo, say goodbye. Very good. I'll see everybody on the internet.